Check, 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 check.
Well, welcome everybody to our press conference with our ice dance medalists. With the bronze medal, Lila Fear and Lewis Gibson from Great Britain. With the silver medal, Piper Gillis and Paul Poirier from Canada. And our world champions for the third straight time, Madison Chalk and Evan Bates from the United States. I'm going to start each of our teams with an opening question. What does it mean to you to stand on the podium at the World Championships? We'll start with Maddie and Evan.
Go ahead.
It means the world to us, honestly. This has been such a magical week. We had two incredible skates. Could not be more proud of Evan, and I'm so grateful to our coaching team, our family and friends who have supported us. It's certainly not easy to do this and to chase your dreams year after year, and we're so grateful and appreciative to everyone who has helped us along this journey and made this possible for us.
I think, is it on? Yeah, okay. I think we're really proud of what we accomplished this week. Both of our programs felt really strong, and we really feel as we get to the culmination of the season that the programs have grown into the programs that we dreamed they would be at the start of the season. And so I think that's a really satisfying feeling. I think we are a little bit disappointed to not have won here that was the objective that we set for ourselves, but I think at the same time we can be very proud of the way that we've handled this season. We had a really rocky start, and we've really come back together through the second half of the season, and so I think we have a lot to be proud of.
We had so much fun at this competition the entire week. We really took it day by day and wanted to just be so present and enjoy this amazing life that we get to live in this sport with such incredible friends and competitors. And we're so proud of both performances that we put out. We left it all out there and did exactly what we've trained to do, and are so proud that that showed up. And it was just so surreal standing on that podium today, and it's something we'll cherish forever.
We'll now open it up for questions.
For Madison and Evan, how does the third World Championship compare to the first and second?
This one definitely feels extra special to do it in front of a home crowd and to have two of our best skates of the season. I don't think we could have done anything better than that. Like Paul was saying, to have the programs come to fruition like you imagine them at the beginning of the season, and to execute them like that at the World Championships is a dream come true, and one that we've worked really hard for.
Hi, for Maddie and Evan. You were interviewed by Ben for the arena, and obviously you mentioned the many U.S. ice dance teams that have come before you. Can you kind of reflect on where you feel like you sit among those champions at this point in your career? And Evan, I think you said at the outset of this season that the goal is golds next year at the Olympics. How does this help set that goal up for next year? Thanks.
I think U.S. ice dance the trajectory has just changed so much, starting from Tanith and Ben winning that world medal back in 2003, I think. And we'll have to check with Jackie, the statistician, but I think like we've had a U.S. team on the world podium now for a pretty long while, and I think we really benefited from getting to train with Meryl and Charlie. I lived with Charlie during college. I saw firsthand the commitment. We saw the way they handled themselves off the ice, the way they poured themselves into their training, the way they were classy, whether they won or lost, and they really taught us what it meant to be champions on and off the ice, and for that we're so grateful. And to have Ben in the building and Charlie in the building, and to hear from Meryl over text, and I'm sure Tanith as well, as soon as we turn our phones back on, it means a lot. And I think that the pipeline of U.S. ice dance is also incredibly strong, seeing how some of the younger teams did this week, and it's just incredible, and we're really proud to be part of that legacy.
I just want to add that I've always looked up to Tanith and Ben and Meryl and Charlie, and I still look up to them. They're incredible role models. When I first started dance, I grew up watching Tanith and Ben, and they were really the inspiration that made me want to start dance myself. And then moving to Michigan and getting to train with Tanith and Ben from a young age was so inspiring. And Tanith also used to drive me to school sometimes on those early mornings, and it was just such a dream come true to be inspired by them and to watch them pave the way for U.S. ice dance.
I mean, we're going to soak this one in for now. Certainly, you know, our goal is to be on top of the podium in Milan. This doesn't really change that. I think we can be really proud of the season that we've had, and even coming in here, we were not thinking about a three-peat or any sort of title defense. It was just a standalone event, and we came as prepared as we could possibly be, and we skated as well as we could have.
It's a question to Piper, Paul. Congratulations. It was about the costume. You know, my question is about your costume. There are so many female skaters with the, how do you say, backless costume. We can see, but I think it's the first time I can recall that, you know, the male skater with the backless one. And then my personal impression was that it was kind of breaking away from skating gender conformity or something. So if you don't mind, can you explain the, you know, the decision to wear those kind of costume, please?
Yeah, I think, thinking about how you want to present the program and the story you want to tell and how you're going to package it, all of those decisions take a lot of time and a lot of stewing over. I think this program in particular sits between a lot of different places. We styled it in some ways like a tango, and there are a lot of movements that come from that style of dance, but at the same time we're skating to modern pop music, and there are aspects of modern dance kind of woven in between it. And so it's kind of a program that's neither here nor there, that's somewhat traditional but not completely traditional. And so my idea for this suit was to find something that sat somewhere in the middle, so that it was a traditional suit like one would typically wear for a tango, like we did the last time we had a tango free dance. And but I wanted it to be subverted in a small way, the same way that the program subverts the tango in an interesting way. So that was the way that I thought would be interesting to do it.
I have a question to all three teams. I mean, yeah, we still enjoy the moment, of course, but the theme for the next season was announced the 90s. So can you please share your thoughts about that theme for next season?
Well, I'm a 90s baby, so that's very exciting for me. It will be very nostalgic, and I'm already enjoying listening to all the music. So yeah, let's go 90s.
Yeah, I think we're really thrilled with it. We are also 90 babies. And what? No, it's 90, yeah, 91, 92.
Yeah, speak for yourself.
But yeah, like it's music that we grew up with, so to be able to kind of put that on an Olympic stage, it just feels nostalgic and it will be super fun. But we have some ideas up our sleeves, and we can't wait to show another Piper and Paul rhythm dance.
I'm a 90s baby, 99, barely made it.
I mean, we're both, of course, excited for that theme and year, and we've skated to 90s music multiple times already, so ready for it again.
We love it, yeah.
This question is for Madison and Evan. When I was speaking with your American teammates back in the mix zone earlier tonight, I got the impression that there's kind of two legacies in your career. The first is what you do on the ice and the achievements that you've made, but the second is how you imprinted on the next generation to come, talking about your kindness, how you present yourself, and how you are always there for your teammates. Can you talk about which one of these is really what you want your legacy to be and why?
Oh, that's really sweet. I'm honestly so touched. That means a lot to us, and I think Evan and I have always strived to be the best people we can be and be the best athletes we can be and be there for our teammates in any way. And it's an honor it's an honor to be their teammates and to be their role models, and I'm so grateful to have them on our team because they are also an inspiration to us. They're so kind and they work so hard and they bring so much joy and energy anytime we share the ice with them. So it's been really special to experience so many generations of skaters and to have just a little impact on it.
Hello, my question is for Madison and Evan. So you train in Montreal with a lot of other skaters, including Guillaume Cizeron, who has announced his return to competition. I was wondering how you reacted to the news of his return, and do you think his return could upset the hierarchy in ice dancing? What was your reaction?
So, I mean, we've been like best friends with Guillaume for a long time and Laurence as well, and I am genuinely so happy when people decide that they want to skate for the joy of skating, and I feel that their new partnership is exactly that. I think that they're going to come out and show something new and something different, and they're both individually so talented, and now they have an opportunity to start a new partnership. And I think, you know, we can attest to the satisfaction that skating for the joy of skating brings, and to also skate with your best friend is also something really special. I know their friendship is special to them. And so overall, just very excited for the two of them, and on a personal level, I'm happy to see that they're choosing to skate for the joy of skating.
This question is for Lila. When you were 15 years old, Madison and Evan won their first World. What is it like to be 25 and they're still doing it? What does that mean to you?
I'm so happy they're here. I mean, they're some of my favorite people on the planet, and we're always there 7:30 a.m. foam rolling next to each other in the locker room, and it's just like such a highlight for me to get to skate with them every day. And I mean, speaking about the legacy as humans off of the ice and then athletes too, they're just so kind, and I can attest to that as a training mate and friend of theirs. And yeah, just keep going, guys. Keep it up. It's just, yeah, such a joy, and I love them both.
We love you too.
This is a question for all three couples. Every year you want to do your best possible free dance, put out your best. But there seems to be an extra pressure during an Olympic year. You really want to get a program that's going to make a statement. Can you talk about that? Is that a different feeling, the Olympic year?
Yeah, I think the Olympic season certainly carries a different weight than the other 3 years. You have this incredible opportunity to reach the entire world, and it makes it really special because it amplifies our voices on and off the ice, and we really want to use that to the best of our abilities to spread a message to the world that is meaningful to us, and I think we certainly take that into consideration when we select our music.
Yeah, there's definitely a pressure to making sure that you get it just right. I think the last Olympics, we felt like we had a lot of input from other people. And for us, like, I think going into this year, we want to stick to something that's really true to us and is joyful, and it feels good to skate. And I think when we do that and we have programs like that, you can't go wrong. And I think that message is seen to everyone, and they can feel that energy. So really sticking true to yourself, sticking true to what we've created over the last few years, I think we're just really looking forward to bringing something very special and meaningful for the two.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's always an evolution, and it's easy to think ahead a few years and think, oh, that's going to be the Olympic program, but we grow so much every single season, and our taste evolves, and our ability as athletes and artists too. So I think it's really just staying present and seeing what resonates as that season arrives. And for us, it's about expressing who we are as much as possible, and having that genuine portrayal allows us to connect with as many people as we can on a universal level.
This is going to be our last question.
Since the 2010 and Scott and Tessa winning, the Olympic gold medal, the Russians have no longer dominated the ice dance scene the way they used to. Now they've actually effectively named their team. We don't know who it is, but they've had to submit names to the ISU. Are you curious to know who you're going to be facing in Milan? Because they won't compete before then internationally, except in the qualifying event. And do you think they'll change the dynamic of the situation in any way, their being back?
I don't expect it to change the dynamic in our Olympic experiences. You know, there have been Russians at every Olympic so far, and I think looking to the next Olympics, should they be there, I think, you know, that will make the Olympic Games feel like there is no caveat. And I think if we can execute our plan and fulfill the goals that we've set for ourselves and stand on top of the podium, then we won't be worried too much about the rest of the field, because it's really outside of our control. And we'll just be focused on the skating and the training and the preparation and enjoying what could possibly be our final Olympic experience.
Yeah, I think we echo a lot of the same feelings. The thing that we each individually as athletes have control over is the way that we prepare and the way that we perform in the situation of the Olympic Games. Who else we're competing against doesn't change that job that we have to do, nor the preparation that goes into it. And that's the only thing we can control and focus on as we go into it. We've always found that we perform at our best when we're thinking about the performance that we want to put out, how we want to feel while we're skating, and what we want to share with the audience. And so no matter who else is part of the field, that's the thing that we're going to focus on.
Yeah, I mean, I have nothing to add. I agree with both of those statements, and really it's just focusing on what we can control, and there's only so much you can focus on when you're out there skating and in preparation, so I think as long as that's where our intention lies, then we'll be really proud of that, and it will be successful.
Okay, thank you very much.